Welcome to the Church of Thomas. Blood of Christ, 12-11. With the season starting and the celebration of Jesus' birth according to the Romans and the Roman Catholics, I think it is good to bring up the sacrifice of Jesus, but to put it into context with the historical Christianity that has been practiced for the last 2,000 years. I'm going to start with two quotes. Reconciler Gospel of Thomas, verse 3. Jesus said, "If your leaders say the kingdom is in the sky, then the birds of the air will get to heaven before you. If the leaders say heaven is in the sea, the fish will go to heaven before you. Instead, know that heaven is inside of you and heaven is outside of you. If you learn who you truly are, you will step into the presence of the One, and you will know that you are children of the One. If you do not seek to find your true self, you live in the dark, you are part of the dark, and you aid the darkness in the world." The second quote is by Montesquieu. "No kingdom has shed more blood than the kingdom of Christ." Now this is a horrible commentary on the teachings of Jesus, because if he had understood how corrupted the words that he had said would be, he would be crying his eyes out right now. When Jesus sacrificed himself willingly, his blood was shed so that we could understand his sincerity, his desire that all of us love each other, and for us to continue his work using his example. If you are not using his example, frankly, you're not a Christian. When Montesquieu said this, there were historical references that could be used to justify the quote. The Crusades had happened. The Inquisition had happened. More blood had been shed in the name of Christ than by any other religion. This is not the way of Jesus' teachings. His highest commandment centered around the concept, the unique idea of loving each other as he had loved us. And he loved us enough to give his life. Not in a throwing himself in front of a train sort of way, but in a very deliberate, thought-out way. He was a symbol. He was the model to follow. But to cement this modeling into our mind, into our mindset, he, at the final supper, said, "This is my blood. Drink of it. Remember me. Break this bread and understand that my bones that were broken for you, my body that will be abused and hurt for you, is for you. Remember me." It was to solidify the concept of the highest commandment. Love each other as I have loved you. The blood that he shed was not meant as an example of what we should do to other people and our enemies. It was meant as an example of how sacrifice can mean the Savior of us all. When he allowed himself to be injured and to be killed, he was making a statement that no matter how much blood is shed, it's the love that makes it all worthwhile. When his teachings are twisted and used as justification for violence and persecution, for not loving each other and singling others out as different from ourselves, we are not modeling what Jesus said or did. We are making his sacrifice a farce. Even though we cannot go back and reverse the Crusades, and we cannot go back and make the Inquisition not happen, And we cannot go back and make the church say we were wrong about people who used reason walking in spiritual lives. We can start from today. And if we take the last commandment, the highest commandment of Jesus, to love each other as I have loved you, as our basis for dealing with each other, other countries, other cultures, and the world, we will be modeling what Jesus had wanted for us all along. God bless the whole world, no exceptions. Angel Eliza.